Aaron Katersky live from the blizzard in New York. Good morning, Aaron.
So just the air gets you an award? It's like, this is amazing air.
This is tremendous oxygen we have right now.
Tremendous air. I mean, the air around here is it's freezing. You ever have eat ice cream too fast? You get kind of that brain freeze
Yes.
thing? That's what it just felt like that constantly walking to work this morning, McGraw, with the wind whipping through the concrete canyons of Manhattan, and it is frigid air that has come in behind the snowstorm that paralyzed air travel and hit some areas, I think, a little bit harder than people were expecting, as some of the snow bands shifted to the west. The heaviest snow, the strongest winds were expected to stay offshore or well to the east, out on eastern Long Island. But New York City was put squarely in the crosshairs. Boston, the height of the storm coincided with high tide, so water overtopped the seawall, flooded some areas in and around Boston that hadn't seen flooding like that for quite a while. And now any car that was parked on those streets is encased in a block of ice.
What about the electricity? Because we're hearing hundreds of thousands of people are without electricity.
Yeah, it may be down now a little bit to tens of thousands. Remarkably, that held, given the tropical storm force winds that were accompanying some of the snow. So it could be a little while before those who are out get service back. Everything is frozen in ice. Just ice is dripping from power lines, from trees. There's no melt here in sight. It's going to be this kind of Arctic cold for days.
What about they got football games this weekend? Is that going to be affected at all? I guess your Patriots have a bye week, so there's no game in New England this weekend.
Did you read what ESPN is saying about the Patriots and the mess in the locker room and the disputes with the Brady and the Belichick and the whole who's taking credit for what?
Well, all I saw was that Belichick sent somebody home because they were late to a practice and they couldn't get there in the snow.
Well, that's what you do.
Yeah. All right. Did your wife make it to work all right today?
She's on her way, and you know the kids have school, so everybody's going to be out and about in it. The main streets are fairly well plowed. Some of the side streets are still a little bit snow covered, and I think they're just going to have to stay that way because it's so darn cold. The salt doesn't have a whole lot of effect.
The kids have school? That's interesting.
At least in New York City. In the suburbs, they don't. Up in Boston, they don't. It's just too cold and too windy. But the feeling here was that the kids could go to school. They didn't want them out in the elements yesterday with all the snow blowing around. But it's going to be a deep freeze like this, through the weekend. They're talking, tonight temperatures with a minus sign, and wind chills even colder than that.
Aaron Katersky, stay warm. Thanks for checking in.
Thanks, McGraw.
All right.